Hi chat, welcome in everyone. How are we doing today? Welcome. Happy Tuesday to ya. Hey Cozy Coffee. Doing a little salmon tonight. I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to go about making it. I think I ended up on the idea of we're gonna marinate it using some ginger and soy, and then use my grill pan, and grill it on the stove. We'll do the asparagus somewhat the same way, change up the marinade and all that, but still gonna put it on the pan. And then also gonna be making pearl couscous with carrots and red pepper and zucchini. So welcome in everyone. Hello, Clemma. So what's new? What's happening, everyone? Not much exciting's happened here since last stream. Just been doing my thing. Cosmic. Also, it's looking like I got a coin flip tonight, because we have a tie currently, or at least last I looked, in the Discord on the ingredient challenge. Hi, Nan Reader. Welcome in, everyone. Cheers to you. So I think I'm going to start with prepping salmon. Oops. That's their mess up. They charged me for the wrong fish. Of course, it's my mess up for not noticing it myself. But that is very much coho salmon. Not the cheaper fish they charged me for. Come on, slice, peel off from me. Making a mess here, trying to get the skin off of this thing. It never works well going in this direction with fish skin either. You always sort of need to do it this way, with the meat, with the skin against the board. It's the only way it really ever comes out cleanly, but And I'm going to rinse this. Normally I don't rinse my meats because it's not a good plan to add whatever raw juices they have or whatever they're going to wash off into your sink. In this case, I sort of need to in order to get rid of the scales. Make sure we got cold water though. And I might just have to even completely switch boards here to get rid of all of them. It's one of those cases where they're like clear, so you have to see them like gloss or... I think we're doing okay there. Grab a gallon bag. I have gallon bags again. It's not really intended to be, like, it's taking the skin off of an individual piece. I sort of feel like it's almost scummy that supermarkets don't just skin the majority of their fish. I understand the labor difference, and people probably would just pick the cheaper one. That's probably why they do it. But it's just so much easier to skin a whole fish than it is individual fillets. Let's mix up a couple of things here with this soy. Garlic. Ginger. MSG. salt. Or pepper, sorry. Not salt, pepper. I'm just going to gently mix this until we don't have a whole bunch of clumps of ginger powder or until it's all incorporated. This is a job for this guy. Yes, it got soy sauce all over my cutting board, but look at how quick it emulsified it. And then directly over the top of our salmon. So we're nicely coated on both sides of our fish with the marinade. I'm going to sort of fold this part of the bag and slide the whole thing down. Try and minimize the space that that marinade can take up. There we go. I'll let that hang out for a bit. Going to keep the water bath because I'm going to need it for the asparagus. We're going to do somewhat similar thing to asparagus. I'm just adding one other ingredient, I think. Some beautiful early year spring asparagus. Nice thin stuff. And actually, I'm only going to use about half of this bunch, I think, tonight. Just because, like, people prize huge zucchini or huge asparagus for some reason. I don't know why people want super large pieces of asparagus when most of the time you end up just peeling half of them to get the woodiness away. These things are brilliant when they're nice and thin. That said, I have seen a few farms. I have had some asparagus that was incredibly tender for being incredibly large, but that is not common. balsamic vinegar. Garlic. Ginger. I am adding salt to this one, even though we got the soy there. But just a small smidgen of a pinch. That's technically salt anyways, too. Felt there was a lot of spice left over in the bowl. Same thing as last time. Nicely wrapped up with our marinade there. Hey, Zeeks. I think I need me some aspirin. I'm going to be right back here, chat. Board only camera. Board only cutting board. Cutting board only camera. Fine. That'll work. Just grabbing myself some aspirin. Oh, I should check if any of the other channel points are enabled tonight. Let's see here. Good, good. Bacon and chocolate are back. Yeah. I changed around all that too. I had all of that as part of one long script for the startup, and instead I've now made 2 smaller subscripts that enable the fun channel point stuff, the hydrate, the wash your hands, the all that sort of stuff off on a separate thing. So if I wanted to, I could put a button on my Stream Deck or to enable or disable them. It also makes it easier for me to enable them when my startup script fails partway through, which it does tend to do for some reason. Let's see, how we doing over on Kick and YouTube tonight? We're doing lovely on Twitch tonight. Looking okay on Kick. Doing okay on YouTube. Hi, other streamers. Stream viewers. So we got our marinades done, which is a major part of tonight's project. I'm going to do a little cleanup and get this board and salmon stuff out of the way. I was gonna replace my. I told Chad I was planning on replacing my spray hose. I bought a new one without thinking, oh yeah, I need the proprietary. It's plumbing, like everything is proprietary, you know. So I gotta get the proper proprietary, connector in order to get the thing in there without having to take apart like the entire sink. Like, it should be as easy, and it is as easy as just sort of like pushing a button and disconnecting a hose. It's almost like a garden hose set. But yeah, new hosey thingy don't match up with old hosey thingy. So I spent more money and got a adapter on the way. Hey QSC. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday to you. Not too much. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a quicker evening too. I mean, I'm not doing bread proofing tonight or... Ugh. This is one of those washable stickers that is not very washable. It's certainly not very peelable. Organic fruit. Now a sticker. I can still feel the residue on it. You. Hand reader just all about that scramble tonight. Hi, Buns. Hello, Clean. I think it's mostly the sex of the word. Which, strangely enough, while we no longer really have sexes, we most certainly have sexes in certain languages. And the tense. And probably has, I don't know Italian, but what I know of romantics, it probably has a lot to do with how you're saying it than what the actual word is. Peel this horse carrot off. Yeah, Spanish, French, and Italian are all... They're not the same, but they're similar. They're similar enough that if you know one, you can typically pick up on a lot of the other two, sort of a thing. But they're not the same. Spanish isn't even the same depending on where you are, whether they use ustedes or not, whether they talk like the Southerners in the U.S., whether, y'all. Hey, Nadie. From my understanding, I have not been. My understanding it's very much a Spain thing to use ustedes. So we got red pepper and carrot and zucchini with our pearl couscous tonight. I don't know why. Most pasta dishes, I'm not like, let's throw 50 veggies into it. But I make pearl couscous, which, by the way, is essentially pasta. It's just small, cute little pasta. And I want to throw like 20 vegetables in it. But it's our first sort of foray into summery, springy veggies. Someone says garden, I start thinking tomato, to be honest. But yeah, garden veggies. Not my garden, though. I wish they were my garden. I'm lucky enough that I could have had mine going quite a while ago if I had the space. I don't really have a... I used to use some of the spaces in back of my place, but they're not really mine to use anymore. And yeah, I certainly haven't started any... Like, I've got everything for doing seed starts. And including cardboard tubes saved up from things like towels in the bathroom. And didn't start any seeds this year. Nah, I can live without the chickens in my yard. I can appreciate that. I mean, I've got them nearby. Actually, I have rodent issues in my yard because we have so many farm-like animals around. I actually just sprayed my truck all down to try and save it from anything trying to crawl into it. I don't mind having them around. Like, I don't mind them in the morning or anything like that. Roosters or anything like that. But the feed attracting other things, yeah, I could live without that. But, like, chickens isn't even the full story. Like, one of my neighbors has got, like, practically a full-on petting zoo going on. Like, they've got goats. Like, this is not, like, a huge yard with lots of space for this. They've got goats, they've got chickens, they've got a dog, they've got birds. Hey, Froggy. I mean, it's a couple doors away, but it doesn't... I mean, that doesn't mean much when it's... Doesn't mean much with soy-coated electrical wires in vehicles. Tasty, those animals. My radio and my AC is not currently working in my truck. Both are probably quick fixes that I just haven't done anything with. Actually, the AC is working, but the what do you call it? The master resistor, or the main resistor that controls the fan and the interior is done for. And so I only get, like, nothing or full blast with the fan. Buns. Like, maybe if I got caught out at midnight or something like that, but it gets like 40 degrees here at night. Which is sort of funny because my former truck had a similar issue where I think it was actually the same issue basically, but I either got maximum AC or straight engine heat or nothing at all. And it's because they run them off of like little vacuum tubes and things to not use power and stuff like that. Like a lot of the, in general, a lot of the baffles and stuff that are in auto cars are controlled by like vacuum tubes rather than electrical. I'm sure that's changing nowadays, but it's still a large part of the little tubings, and that's, you get dust in that, you get dirt and debris over years. They clog up and they don't want to move that baffle anymore. Nice. Get rid of the seedy core. Let's just stitch that. Okay, so we got these set. Let's go over the stove now. We're gonna need some water. Let's see, how much couscous are we doing tonight? I don't know what the ratio is on this either. So we'll get a little over a cup of water in there. Cup and a half or so, actually. Add a little chicken bouillon in there. If the chicken bouillon jar wants to open. Thank you, Clean. Yeah, we got all sorts of cast iron here. We even got a cast iron emote. I'm gonna hit this up. Olive oil, which I just have in a pump sprayer. So obviously being hugely accurate with how much oil I'm adding in there. Gonna add our seasoning in here for our pasta or our couscous or pearl couscous. Salt, MSG, pepper. And onion powder. Not garlic, onion. Yes, MSG. We are not afraid of MSG here. Hi, JK. A bit of butter in there too. Because why not? Zoom right. Coming up to a boil there, so we'll add our couscous in. Put a lid on it. Turn the heat down for a moment until we're sure that it's boiling underneath the lid. Let's make some room here for our next project, because I need to get my grill pan out. So I got grill plate up on the counter. We're waiting on this to start poofing out a little smoke or steam. Yeah, I'm jealous of it too. It's looking mighty tasty tonight. Boil already so I can turn you back off. Alright, now we're getting some steam coming out of that, so we'll take that off of the heat. Allow that to sit and cook a little like rice pilaf. Normally, you bring it up to a boil and you let it sit for a couple minutes. Doing the same thing here, even though it's a pasta-like dish. Zoom right. Olive oil, spritz in cast iron for our veggies. Not as hot as I wanted that, but we'll live with it. No sizzle. We'll have a sizzle here shortly. Salt. I just realized something, and it sort of says something about the fitness and health industry in the world. You got all these people, we got streamers that own their own gyms now and are like showing off that they're like practically living in gyms now. Where are they in the food end of this? Like, why are none of these, super buff, awesome people actually eating decently and showing themselves eating decently? Like, you see some of them, they're just like showing off their eating habits of just going to fast food joints all the time. It's like, what are you really promoting? I mean, I don't exactly do healthy food. I don't promote my stuff as healthy food. But where the fuck is the healthy food? Yeah, there's all sorts of diets in our world. Not necessarily all just US either. Yeah, people like Liver King guy who is very obviously, and like everyone knew from the outset, but has now been outed as being, you know, a steroided up junkie. I don't think he was American either. I don't know. But hey, eating raw meat and fruits is doing a heck of a lot better than North Korea. Pepper. And I'm actually going to add a little red pepper flake for this. Just for a little spot of heat there and there. Here and there that... Like, where did that come from? Turn the heat off on that and just let that sit. Wait for the couscous to be ready to go in with that. And spray down over on the stove. I'm gonna spray down the pan here a bit with some oil in prep of using it. We'll start heating up the pan up. Salmon looking nice. It needs marinade. Asparagus still looking lovely. It's ready to go on there. Curious if I had any frozen corn. I was tempted to throw a little in there if I did. All that steam coming off of those veggies and all that, that's all just from, you know, the cast iron keeping its heat. No oven tonight, chat. No oven. No proofing. Lemons are doing lovely. I'm giving them a good stir regularly so that they all stay nicely coated in the salt brine. You get a horrible sear. You don't get any flavor from the crust on it that way. You don't get a crust on it that way. We do want to make sure that we're, you know, we don't want this completely coated like oil like it's looking right now. We want that to somewhat dry off, because if it's still wet oil like it's looking right now, you'll get, like, it'll turn whatever you're cooking like black. Like it will have, the oil will blacken it. So you got to be careful when you oil grill like I did earlier here. I'm not going to immediately put stuff on that. That's going to cook a little bit. You got the fan on over here. Should probably turn on the other fan over here. We got the bedroom door closed, so you don't have to worry about smoke alarm. I'm not gonna do it. I was debating adding more things in there. That's the problem with, like, keep it clean, keep it simple, especially if it's good ingredients. Like, I'm like, do I add oregano? Do I need to add this? Can we add that? No, just keep it simple. I'm now smelling this. This is now lightly smoking. We're gonna turn the flames off of that so it doesn't get too smoky. And let the overall pan heat equalize. Been noticing a few more bots lately. Good luck with that one. I doubt I would like it, but I was always sort of a little curious what whale milk tastes like. It's something ridiculous, like 60 or 70% fat, and it is so thick that the babies can like drink it out of the water. Just not, yeah. It's probably all fishy and stuff too. I'm gonna add the couscous broth and all in with our veggies now. They say we taste like pig. Oink, oink. All right, heat back on our griddle or on our grill pan. And go on asparagus first. Can definitely smell the vinegar. There's some balsamic in this besides the soy and ginger. Now with our salmon. And then the salmon was much more just soy and ginger. not a big recipe guy myself, overall. I mean, when it comes to the U.S., they can't be protected, trademarked, copyrighted. Like well, they can be copyrighted, but as part of a much larger, as part of a book. There is nothing protecting recipes, nothing protecting a recipe as being yours or that sort of a thing. And so, not that I really think anyone is doing if you aren't doing something like Noma where you're doing heavy duty fermentations or something like that, you're not really discovering much anything new anyways. Almost everything that's claimed as being someone's was stolen and was just marketed as theirs. Where'd my music go? I much more respect the idea of terroir, where something was raised, where it was grown, the soil, the things in the soil, the things growing around it, pollens, all that good stuff, all the different insects, the microbiome of the area, makes that a different product that, one day we'll get to the point where we can probably simulate all of that too and be able to replicate the same wine over and over and over and over again. But for now, we're just sort of lying. Okay, heat off on the grill. Over on the cutting board. Perhaps not my prettiest meal in recent days. It is going to be quite delicious, though. I'm going to throw the rest of the asparagus with the leftover couscous. Turn off the other part of the grill pan that I'm trying to start a fire with. This is all good. This is all nice, tender asparagus. That's all good to eat, too. super thin piece of butter here so that it melts over the top. Grab some photos for the Discord. For threads, for you know, at court once, I lost a banana. But it's okay, I appealed. YouTube dad joke. Which I'm repeating to Twitch. And Kick. Hi, Kick. How we doing tonight, Kick? We got anyone hanging out with us tonight over on Kick? Yeah, we do. Nice. Welcome, welcome. You can post in the Discord if you want, Clean. If you want to share it with others. We have a channel in the Discord just for recipes. I'm sure someone would be amazed with that recipe. But I might call it right there, folks. I'm going to be back here tomorrow. Oh, we got to figure out what we're doing in the Discord here. What are we doing in the Discord? Which one won? Who won? Ooh, I got to do a coin flip. I got to do a coin flip. Grab a coin here, chat. What are you looking at, camera? Over here. So, I think we're going to do harissa oil as heads. Heads. For everyone to see heads after the last controversy. That is a head. And that is a tails. So kimchi it is tomorrow. Tomorrow we're making dessert with kimchi. Hi, Will. But I do think we're there, chat. We have a beautiful dinner here in front of me. Couscous, veggies, salmon. Couscous is amazing. Just a little bit of heat. Like I said, just don't know where that came from. Just a little bit of heat. Have an amazing night, everyone. I hope to see you all back here tomorrow night for kimchi ingredient challenge night. Good night.